Okay. Shreyashi, so today we will take a snap interview of Shreyashi Karak, and this is for NIC, right?
Yes.
Okay. And today we will take a snap interview of theory of computation. And shall we start, Shreyashi?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Shreyashi, what do you mean by a language?
Okay. A language is a collection of strings
Mhm.
which follows a particular rule of the language that can be given by a grammar.
Okay.
So, following a grammar, some set of strings can be formed that forms a language.
Okay, I will tell you a fill in the blank and you have to fill those blanks. Okay, I will tell you a statement and you have to fill those blanks. A
Okay.
language is dash to accept it and dash to describe it. So, what does a language describe and what does a language express?
Language. Uh, Language describes grammar
Mm-hmm.
and it expresses some strings.
Okay, okay, that is fine. Yeah. Shreyashi, coming to next question. What do you mean by problem in complexity theory?
Okay. Okay. A problem is a scenario where we are trying to find out a solution.
Mhm.
Less amount of time and less amount of space should be taken. So following a
Okay.
time. Okay.
And what are the
Following.
different types of problems?
Okay. Uh, P problem, NP problem, NP complete, NP hard.
Okay, is there any class of them? Can you divide into categories all these problems?
Mm, uh, Decidable and
Hmm.
undecidable.
Right. Okay. Okay, Shreshi, I will tell you four words. Okay, and you have to arrange them in ascending order.
Okay.
Strings. Do you have a pen and paper?
Yes.
Okay, please write those four words if you are not able to remember. Okay, I will tell you four words.
Okay.
Strings, languages, alphabet, and symbol. You have to arrange in ascending order.
After alphabet, last one, what you said?
Symbol.
Symbol. Okay, in ascending order.
Yeah. Strings, languages, alphabet, and symbol.
Yes, first smallest is symbol, then alphabet, then string, then language.
Okay. Okay. Let's come to next question, Shreyashi.
Yes.
Yeah. So, can you name two types of machines which are finite automata with output?
Once again, you repeat.
Okay. What are the two different types of finite automata which have output with them?
Okay. Yes, Milli machine and Moore machine.
Okay. And what are the finite automata without output?
DFA, NFA, and epsilon NFA.
Okay. 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 Shreyashi, you have pen and paper, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. For a n length string,
Hmm.
if symbols are unique, then length of substrings, that is the total number of different substrings possible are.
Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. I think it is n into n plus 1 by 2 plus 1.
Can you give me an example?
Okay. 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 Suppose I am taking one word that is
Hmm.
cat. Okay, then the
Mhm.
substring will be epsilon C A T C A
Mhm.
A T and the total thing CAT. Okay,
Okay.
so n is 3, n plus 1 is 4. So 3 into 4 by 2 plus 1, that is 7.
Okay. So you verified by calculating it as well, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Shreshi, how a DFA is defined? You need to tell me the elements of set in which DFA is defined.
Okay, okay. Okay, okay, I will write and then I will tell.
Yes. Yes. No problem.
Okay. One is the starting symbol, which is Q naught. Then the
Okay.
transition, that is delta. Set of
Okay.
final states, F.
Mm-hmm.
Set of all states is Q.
Okay.
And one more is there. Okay, and sigma. That is the input
Right.
signal.
Right. And what is the relation?
Okay. That is the states on giving input we will get state, that means q cross sigma gives q,
Mhm.
means capital Q.
And what about delta?
Delta.
You mentioned about transition function, right?
Yes. uh, Actually on when we are giving input symbols on the states, then it
Mm-hmm.
reaches to another state, so that
Mm-hmm.
is called the transition.
Hmm. Right. So that will be a function.
Yes.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, Shreyashi, tell me when a string W is said to be accepted.
Okay. By DFA.
Yes, by DFA or NFA, anything.
Okay. On traversing the string, we have to reach the final state of the automata. Then it is accepted.
Okay, okay. Shreyashi, okay. Okay, what are non-regular differences between regular and non-regular languages?
Okay. The regular languages have finite memory, and there should not be any comparison between the symbols that are present in the regular language. But in case of non-regular, there can be some amount of comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it is context free, then there will be single comparison. For multiple comparison, it can be CSL or recursive or recursive
Okay.
enumerable.
Mm-hmm.
And
And can you tell me, like, in which of these languages we require a memory or a remembering power?
yes, in CFL, there is one stack, that means one comparison is there, and for multiple, then we have CSL and recursive and recursive enumerable.
Okay, okay. Shreyashi, you need to tell me like whether both of these statements are equal or not. Okay. First statement is A star plus B star
Hmm.
whole star. Okay. A star plus B star whole star
Okay.
and A star B star whole star.
Okay. Yes, equal.
Can you tell me like how did you reduce that?
Uh, I can take some examples. Means I can find out some strings from the
See,
two.
both of them are equal, right? You have told
Yes,
me. That is, both of them are equivalent. That is implication both side, right?
yes.
So can you prove it like how to prove like how do you prove both way implication statements? How do you prove it? Forget about this question. Tell me like how do you prove both way implication type of statements?
Okay. Means from means both the side we have to prove.
Mhm. So how do you start solving those proofs?
Okay. I think first we have to the means the outside clean. First we have to work on that,
Mhm.
and after that inside the bracket. Um,
Shreshi, I'm asking like suppose A and B are both equivalent. Okay, both way implication sign is there. A implies B and B implies A. So how do you prove those statements? I'm asking. Forget about this question.
so, uh, no,
Okay,
I'm
okay, no problem. Let's move on to next question.
yes,
Okay, suppose L1 and L2 are regular languages. Okay, okay.
yes.
So four options are L1 union L2.
Okay,
Second option is L1 intersection L2.
yes,
Third option is L1 minus L2 complement.
yes.
And fourth option is L1 complement.
Okay.
What can you say about these four statements? You have L1 and L2 as regular language.
All the options are regular.
You sure? All the options?
L1 and L2 both are regular.
Right.
Yes, all are regular.
Okay. Can you prove like how third option which I mentioned is regular? L1 minus L2 complement?
Yes. First, complement of a regular is also regular.
Mm-hmm.
So that means we are getting regular minus regular.
Mm-hmm.
So minus means regular means R1. Okay,
Okay.
L1 intersection L2's complement.
Okay.
So again this complement again it is
Hmm.
regular. Then
Okay.
again intersection is regular.
Great, great. Shreshi, have you heard about Arden's theorem?
Yes.
Can you tell me the statement of Arden's theorem?
Okay. If P and Q are two regular languages and P does not contain epsilon and P and Q both take input from the input set sigma, then
Mhm.
if we have one expression R equals to P plus RQ, then we can find the solution of R as R equals to PQ star.
Okay. Actually, you have mentioned it. The equation you mentioned is not correct exactly. the equation is like R is equal to Q plus RP, and solution is R is equal to QP star.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, Shreshi, how do you simplify ambiguous languages? What are the four judging criteria by which you solve those ambiguous statements or ambiguous grammar? Like there are 4 simplification rules. Can you mention those?
Okay. Removing null production, removing unit production, removing useless production.
Okay. And what is the fourth one?
Fourth one. Removing left recursion.
Left recursion and left factoring both.
Okay, okay.
When a CFG is called as CNF, when do you call a CFG as CNF?
Once again, repeat.
Shreshi, when do you call a CFG as a CNF? There are two conditions.
Okay, yes. Means CNF means Chomsky normal form.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Chomsky normal form is okay. I will write and then I will tell.
Okay.
Okay, Chomsky normal form is from the LHS there is one non-terminal, and on the RHS there is two non-terminal, or from the LHS one non-terminal, on the RHS there is one terminal.
Repeat the last statement. Repeat it.
LHS one non-terminal and RHS one terminal.
Okay.
This is the second statement.
Okay, this is the second statement. First statement was
on the left hand side we have one non-terminal, and on the right hand side there is two non-terminal.
Okay, okay. Shreshi, are you familiar with closure properties?
Yes.
Okay. So, what do you mean by homomorphism?
Homomorphism.
Yes.
Homomorphism. Suppose we have one language which consists of some means which is a string. Suppose A, B, C is one string, and suppose L2 we have okay in L. 1 minute.
Take your time.
Okay, means in L1 we have some strings, and in L2 also we have some strings. Then how the strings of L2 can be arranged to make the string in L1?
Okay. And
then the string no, actually I'm not I forgot.
Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem, Shreshi. Let me ask another question then. the minimum height of the derivation tree of any length n is
Of any length?
n.
Once again, repeat, please.
The minimum height of a derivation tree of length n.
Okay. 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 N equals to 2 to the power h minus 1.
Yes. Then what will be the h?
Okay. Then h will be okay. Okay. It is log n base 2 plus 1.
Okay. That is partially correct. Is it this log n base 2 plus 1 with floor or seal?
Ceiling.
Okay. Okay, Shrishi. Let's move on to next question. Write a statement a to the power m,
Yes.
b to the power m plus n,
Okay.
c to the power n,
Yes.
and m comma n greater than equal to 1.
Okay.
What are your comments about this language?
There is a comparison between A and B and also between B and C. So there is multiple comparison. So it is not context free. It is context sensitive or recursive.
Have you tried some combinations or some examples? First, tell me whether it is regular or non-regular.
No, it is not regular because there is comparisons.
Okay, then
It is not context free because there is multiple comparison.
okay.
No.
Shreshi, did you practice? Shreshi, did
One,
you practice some strings and some grammar? Like, did you practice these kind of questions? Otherwise, I won't ask you this kind of
okay.
questions.
No, I think this will be context free. Yes.
And in context free also, can you subdivide in context free also, like whether it is deterministic, not deterministic?
Yes, it is deterministic.
Okay. Shall I ask you another question, or you know the concept? Just let me know.
Yes,
Otherwise,
you
I will
can
move
ask.
on to next.
No, you can ask.
Okay, okay. Okay, Shreshi, write down a statement a to the power m and b to the power n,
Okay.
and m is greater than n.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is context free.
Okay. And can you subdivide this context free?
Okay. I think this is deterministic.
How can you just give me a reason? Or if you can draw a string from this language or something like that, anything will work.
Um, like if we are using the concept of stack, then on pushing all the A, after that we will pop, means means whenever a B is appearing, we will pop out the A, and
Okay.
after that there in the stack there will be remaining some A.
Okay.
So that means the number of A is more than number of B.
Right, right. Okay. Okay, let me ask one question from this broader concept, okay? Some context sensitive language and all.
Okay.
So, write down L1 equals to
Okay.
A to the power n, B to the power n, and C to the power m.
Okay.
A n, B n, C m, and n comma m is greater than 0.
Okay.
This is L1, okay? And L2 is A to the power n, B to the power m,
Okay.
and C to the power m.
Okay.
Okay, and here also n comma m greater than 0.
Okay.
Okay, you need to tell me what is L1 intersection L2, what is L1 union L2, what is L1 and L2, and what is L1 minus L2. First, tell me what is L1 intersection L2.
Okay. Intersection is A power n, B power n, C power n, means number of A, number of B, and number of C are equal.
Okay, okay.
That is intersection.
But what kind of language is this?
This one is not CFL. It is
Okay.
CSL, context
Okay.
sensitive.
Okay, and what is L1 union L2?
Okay. Okay. Union is either number of A, number of B, number of C is equal, or number of A and B is equal, or number of B and C is equal.
Okay.
There's three possibilities in union.
So what kind of language is this?
This one is CFL, non-deterministic CFL.
Okay. Shreyashi, I would like to make a comment here. Like you need not go with the intricacies of calculating A, B, and C and their respective powers. Okay, you can directly deduce what are L1 intersection L2 and what is L2 L1 union L2 by just defining L1 and L2 separately. Because you must be knowing the closure properties, right? So if you deduce that L1 and L2 are CFL respectively, then you can directly get to know that L1 union L2 is CFL and L1 intersection L2 is can be possible of different kind of languages, right?
Yes.
So you can do that directly also.
Okay. Then L1 and L2 both are CFL. So their union will be CFL. Their intersection will be not CFL. And concatenation is also CFL.
Okay. Okay, Shreshi, let's move on to next question.
Yes.
I will tell you four statements. Okay. There are four statements A, B, C, D, and you need to tell me like which statement is true and which statement is false. Okay. Okay. First statement is every NFA can be converted to equivalent DFA.
Yes, true.
Okay. Every non-deterministic Turing machine can be converted to equivalent deterministic Turing machine.
False. Oh, sorry, true. Turing machine user.
Right.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Every regular language is a context-free language.
True.
Every context-free language is regular language.
False.
Okay. Every subset of R is recursive.
Every subset of
Every subset of R is recursive.
R means regular
R
language.
can be any string.
True.
Would you like to take an example and then come to conclusion?
Once again, repeat the statement.
Yes. Every subset of a string is recursive.
Uh, it can be recursive also. It can be recursive enumerable also.
Okay.
So this is false then.
Okay. Okay, Shreshi, now let me ask some questions from this complexity theory. Okay. I will tell you a statement and you need to tell me whether true, false, or not answerable. These three options you have. Okay.
Okay.
So if there is a NP complete language,
Okay.
if there is a NP complete language whose complement is in NP, then complement of any language in NP is P and NP. Shall I repeat?
Yes.
Okay. If there is a NP complete language, do one thing. This is somewhat confusing statement. Please write it. Okay. And then come to conclusion.
Okay.
If there is a NP complete language
Yes.
whose complement is NP,
Okay.
if there is a NP complete language whose complement is in NP, then complement of any language
Yes.
which is in NP is in P and NP both.
Is in
P and NP both. Can you repeat that statement? What do you have written?
Okay. NP complete language whose complement is NP. Then complement of any language which is NP is both P and NP.
Okay.
Okay. I can draw the Venn diagram and I can try to
Yes,
answer.
yes, definitely. Please draw it.
I will show you.
Okay.
See,
Mm-hmm.
so this one is P and
Right.
outside P is NP. This
Right.
one is NP complete and
Correct.
this one is NP hard. So
Right.
if this NPC is NPC uh, so complement of NPC is NP. That means it is in this region.
Mm-hmm.
Then complement of any language which is NP
Okay.
is in P and NP both, means complement of any language which is NP. So that complement it can be NP hard also.
So, this is true, false, or not answerable?
I think false.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, Shreshi, this is my last question now. Um, what do you mean by reducible?
Reducible.
I mean, what are the reductions in this Turing? I mean, in this automata theory. What are the reductions? What do you mean by reductions or reducing a statement to another statement?
Okay. Means if we have one language which is
Mm-hmm.
reducible to another,
Okay.
then means there are some rules like on the left hand side if we have
Shreshi, your voice is not clear.
okay.
Can you please be a bit more louder or change the alignment of your phone?
Reducible means one language can be reduced to another language, means whether if we have a regular language, then whether we can say that the if regular language is reducible to another language, then whether it is regular or not, whether
Mm-hmm.
one from one language, means in the left hand side we have one and in the RHS side we have another one language. So if
Mm-hmm.
the left hand side is undecidable, then on the
Okay.
right hand side one is also undecidable, means it will reduce to something which is also undecidable. And
Okay.
on the left hand side if we have a decidable language, then on the right hand side whether it will be reducible to undecidable or decidable, that cannot be determined, means it can be undecidable also, decidable also.
But decidability is a characteristic of a reduction statements. Okay. This is a characteristic, one of the characteristic you are saying.
Mhm.
What do you mean by reducing a statement to another statement? So decidability, recursive and recursive enumerable P problem, whether it is NP problem, all these are characteristics of reduction statements.
Yes,
But
yes.
what is the fundamental property of why do we want why do we want to use reducibility of statements?
Um, so that we can understand that what type of language it is, means if we are able to reduce from one form to another, then we can find the similarity between the two and then we can find out what can be the complexity of the problem, means we can find out the similarity and we can if one gets solved then the other will also get solved.
Okay, okay, somewhat near to answer. No problem, Shreshi. That was all about your Snap interview, and you have a good. You have studied that. That can be very much sure. And Shreshi, one thing I wanted to say that don't directly jump to answer, or don't directly jump to conclusion. Okay, take your time, because some in I mean in the middle of the this snap interview, you actually jump to the conclusion, and then you had to restate or change your statement again at many of the times. Okay, so don't do that in real interview, and give answer confidently. Okay. And most of the answers were correct, but some questions were really tough that you were not able to answer. I will provide you the questions also. So Shreshi, from this actually from this subject, you will find you will not find a difficult kind of question, but they may ask you a question and they may go depth into the same question. Okay, I was not asking questions in depth of any, I mean, I didn't ask any question in depth. I just asked questions on top view. Okay, so go into some deep insights as well. And in upcoming interviews, I will make sure that I will ask some difficult questions now. Okay. And Shreshi, when is your NIC interview? Is there any date?
No.
Okay. Actually, there are other students also preparing for the same job on which you have applied. So
Okay.
that's why I was asking, like other students are not actively participating in Snap interviews. So maybe.
Actually, date is not said. That is okay, but I just want to start preparing because
Mhm.
means one day they will give the notification, and within 15 days, if they ask for the
Right, right.
interview, I have my job also, so it won't be possible in that way.
Correct, correct, correct.
It can't be possible.
Yeah, that's good. That's
And I
good.
will also forget also if I don't keep in touch.
Exactly. No, no, that's a good strategy. Yeah. Okay, and you are participating in HR kind of questions also by Dr. Vijender sir, or you are not
Yes,
participating in that?
yes, I participated in only one. So that was more like introduction than other questions.
Yes,
Means
but you
few
have to
questions.
be fluent on that also, because they will give more time on introduction and other kind of other HR kind of questions. Okay, so you have to be fluent in that as well.
Yes, yes,
Yes. Okay. Okay,
yes.
Shrishi, all the best, and keep preparing. Okay.
Thank you.